This story is titled, My Girlfriend Has Been Spending More Time with a Male Friend and Acting Distant with Me. I never thought I'd be the kind of person who worried about things like this. My name is Daniel. I'm 52 years old. I've been in a committed relationship with my girlfriend, Emily, for almost 4 years now. We live together in a small but cozy house just outside of Chicago, and up until recently, I thought we were happy. I thought she was happy. But then things started to change. It was subtle at first, small things that I tried to brush off as nothing. She'd get home later than usual, saying she had lost track of time. She'd smile at her phone more often, typing out messages to someone while I sat next to her, feeling like I wasn't even in the room. And then there was him. His name was Ryan. She mentioned him for the first time a few months ago, calling him an old friend she had reconnected with through work. "We used to be close," she had said casually. "It's nice catching up." I remember the way she said it. So nonchalant, so harmless. And maybe it would have been harmless if she hadn't started spending more time with him than she did with me. It started with the little things. Oh, Ryan invited me out for coffee after work, so I'll be home late. Ryan's going through a tough time, so I'm just keeping him company. You don't mind if I go to dinner with Ryan, do you? At first, I tried not to let it bother me. I told myself that I was being irrational, that I was just being insecure, that Emily had never given me a reason not to trust her. But then she started canceling our plans. One evening, I had made a reservation at her favorite Italian restaurant. Nothing fancy, just a small, intimate dinner. Just the two of us. I had been looking forward to it all day. But an hour before we were supposed to leave, she called me. "Hey, babe," she said, her voice light and distracted. "I completely forgot, but I already made plans with Ryan tonight. He's having a rough week, and I promised I'd be there for him." I forced a smile. "Oh, okay. Are you mad?" I swallowed the lump in my throat. "No, of course not." "Thanks, babe. I'll make it up to you, I promise." She didn't. And the worst part? I didn't even know if she realized she had nothing to make up for. That night, I sat alone at our dining table, staring at the empty chair across from me. A part of me felt ridiculous. Ryan was just her friend, wasn't he? I wanted to believe that. But then something happened that I couldn't ignore. One morning, Emily left her laptop open on the kitchen counter while she got ready for work. I wasn't trying to snoop. I swear I wasn't. But as I reached for my coffee, I saw her messages pop up on the screen. "Last night was amazing. I've really missed spending time with you like that." "Me too." It felt just like old times. I felt my stomach drop. I stood there staring at those words, my hands cold and numb. Last night was amazing. Just like old times. I clenched my fists, trying to steady my breathing. Was I overreacting? Was I reading too much into it? Or was I finally seeing something I had been too afraid to admit? When Emily walked into the kitchen, she paused. "Daniel? You okay?" I looked up at her, at the woman I had loved for 4 years, and forced myself to ask the question that had been weighing on my chest for weeks. "Emily, is there something going on between you and Ryan?" She blinked, then laughed. A nervous, awkward laugh. "What? No, of course not." I swallowed hard. "Then why does it feel like I'm losing you?" She sighed, rubbing her temples. "Daniel, you're not losing me. Ryan is just a friend." "Then why do you spend more time with him than you do with me?" She hesitated, just for a second. But that second was all I needed, because in that brief moment of silence, I realized something. She hadn't reassured me. She hadn't said because I love you. She hadn't said because you're the most important person in my life. She had hesitated. And sometimes, hesitation speaks louder than words. I sat there, waiting, hoping she'd say something, anything, to make me feel like I wasn't being paranoid, that I wasn't imagining things, that she still wanted this relationship as much as I did. But Emily just sighed. "Daniel, I don't know what you want me to say." I swallowed the lump in my throat. "I want you to tell me the truth." She crossed her arms. "I am telling you the truth. Ryan and I are just friends." I stared at her, searching her face for something. Some flicker of guilt. Some sign that she felt what I was feeling. But there was nothing. No apology. No regret. Only frustration. Like I was the one being unreasonable. I took a slow breath. "Then why are you pulling away from me?" Emily's jaw tightened. "I'm not pulling away from you." I let out a bitter laugh. "Yes, you are. You don't even see it, do you? You're spending all your time with him. You cancel our plans. You text him more than you talk to me." I gestured toward the laptop. "I saw the messages, Emily. Last night was amazing. Just like old times. What am I supposed to think?" Her eyes widened, and for a second I thought she was going to, but then her face hardened. So now you're spying on me? I felt like she had slapped me. Spying on you? I repeated, my voice hollow. You left your laptop open, Emily. I wasn't looking for anything. But maybe I should have been. Her nostrils flared, and for the first time I saw something that looked like anger. Daniel, she said slowly, like she was forcing herself to stay calm, I need you to trust me. I exhaled shakily. Trust is built, Emily, and right now, I feel like I'm the only one fighting for this relationship. Silence. A long, heavy silence. Then finally she whispered, I don't know if I see a future for us anymore. My breath caught in my throat. What? She looked away, her arms wrapping around herself. I care about you, Daniel. I really do. But I feel like we've been stuck, like something's missing. I felt like the ground had been ripped out from under me. Something's missing? My voice cracked. After 4 years, you're just now realizing that? Her eyes filled with tears. I didn't mean for this to happen. I felt my heart break in real time. Is it him? I whispered. Emily squeezed her eyes shut. I don't know. That was all I needed to hear. Because not knowing was just as bad as saying yes. I didn't sleep that night. Emily stayed in the guest room, and I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying every conversation, every moment, every time she had chosen him over me. And I wondered, had I been blind? Had I been ignoring the truth all along? By morning, I had my answer. I walked into the kitchen, where Emily was sitting at the table, a coffee cup cradled in her hands. She looked up, her eyes tired and red-rimmed. I swallowed hard. I think we both know what we need to do. Her chin trembled. Daniel, I shook my head. If you're not sure about me, then I can't keep fighting for this alone. She closed her eyes, a single tear slipping down her cheek. I turned away before I could change my mind. And just like that, 4 years ended with a whisper. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Have you ever felt someone slipping away, even before they said the words? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories like this. Your support means everything.